kind of want to upload videos to TikTok, but I also kind of want to watch horror movies, so I don't know what to do. I decided to do both. So we were watching a movie called Corpse Party from 2015 from Japan, so that's gonna be good, I hope. After celebrating their school's cultural festival, a group of students are telling ghost stories when their class representative, Nakashima Naomi, decides to perform a charm called Sachiko Ever After, which would allow them to remain friends for eternity. But instead, something goes wrong with the charm, and a sudden earthquake transports them to an alternate dimension where Heavenly Host, an elementary school that was torn down, followed by the murders and disappearances of several of its staff and students, still exists and is haunted by the ghost of the school's murdered children. The students try to figure out the truth and mystery of the cursed school in order to find their way home and survive the shadowy forces that haunt the school. Okay, only a few seconds in, but what is it with the bob cuts, like the pixie cuts, like the really short stuff, like why? The movie is from 2015. Why the short haircut, like the really short, like why? Why? Just, why? I don't understand. I mean, look at that. I mean, the girl is cute, but why the hair? Why? Why? Okay, so he's damn cute. That's the weird ass hair again. Now we got a power outage. And what the hell is that? Okay, so that's actually pretty cute. Like, the ritual is that you have like that kind of paper doll kind of thing. Like this one. Everybody holds a piece of that doll. And for each person there, everybody has to say, Sachiko-san ne onegaishimasu. And then you tear it apart, and if you keep that scrap of paper, you'll be friends forever. So that's actually really cute. We feel you know what just happened. So there was just an earthquake. The classroom they were in, like, completely lost all ground. Like, everything just, pew, broke up in some kind of, like, bad mass. And they all just, like, flop, they just fell down. Like, boop, and they were gone. So they found themselves in another classroom, but it was not theirs, and that was apparently all they worried about, and not the fact that there suddenly was a ceiling, although they just fell through a ceiling that broke up. Why? Okay, so the acting is top-notch acting, okay? You see this girl? This one right here? So she's the teacher and got to the students shortly after the power outage, which happened before the earthquake. And in that other school dimension kind of thing, she went to a room which has the light on. And she went there and she was like, "Dareka imasu ka?" And which like kind of means like, is anyone there or something? At least that's how it was translated. And she just went right in, like she didn't care. She asked, and then she was, "I'm here, bitch." Okay, so they just heard a weird sound, and the teacher, brave as she is, walked towards the door, looked out to the dark hallway, looked left, looked right, looked back to the kids, and said, "Rest assured, nobody's there." And then they heard like a really weird, raspy breathing sound. And she turned back around and there was that weird ass looking motherfucking dude. And he just went right ahead and smashed her fucking face with a sledgehammer. Like, that shit just turned wild, you guys. Do you guys remember the hot guy, Satoshi? Okay, so he's damn cute. Mind you, his younger sister, Yuka's there too. Like, she went there with an umbrella because apparently, like, it was raining or something, like the storm and stuff. And she went there to bring an umbrella to her older brother, to her Oni-chan, because she's a good little sister. She's like, I don't know, 8 or something. And she got there too. Like, she just witnessed a person getting her face smudged in by a fucking sledgehammer. You don't want to see that. You do not. I mean, You just don't. And Yuka doesn't want to. Okay? She doesn't want to see that. She doesn't need to see that, okay? She's 8. She's a baby. She doesn't need to see that. What the fuck was that? Like, what, why? What was that? Why? And why the owie? He's my fucking guy. Yes, boy. Try to break through those windows. So they found out that the one who killed their teacher was the janitor of the elementary school they're in now. And Miss Hocus Pocus wants to go find some clues or whatever. Like, because she thinks that the Sachiko Ever After charm brought them there. Well, maybe after reading in the manuscript, that could have been obvious, but I think they already, I thought they discovered that already, but all right. So, but Mr. Blonde Hair right there doesn't want her to go alone, which seems like a very good idea, but she's like, no, I won't let this become a tragedy for us, even if I have to go alone. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is... Remember TV Girl? So why would you look at the TV if you try to find a way out? What has the TV to do with that? Guess what? She's dead. Okay, see this girl right here? So that is Seiko, and Seiko is the best friend of the short hair girl. And she's in love with her best friend. And guess what? She did. She just hung herself. And why, you may ask? For some reason, short hair girl was possessed and was really mean to her. Don't be mean to your friends, because they might go through some shit. You don't want that. You want to be there for your friends. You want to be a good friend. Okay? So remember this dude? Mr. Super Nerd over here looks through some files or like paper for whatever kind of thing. So guess what just happened? He just found TV Girl with her insides sprawled all over across a fucking wall. And for some psychotic weird ass reasons, he just stood there, stared at it like, oh, sugoi. He just took out his phone, started making pictures with his flash on. He was like, oh, sugoi ne. And then he got a call from TV Girl, who was dead because her insides were right in front of him. And she was like, oh, don't look at me. Don't look at my insides. Minaide. And then he ended up screaming like, what? Why? What the fuck was that? So Miss Hocus Pocus found a small VCR tape, and it said, Tenjin Elementary School seized or deleted evidence of spiritual activity or something like that. And she was like, look what I just found. And since she's with my blonde man, like the man of the hour. He's my fucking guy. Yeah, that one. The smart one. So, but he was like, yeah, we don't have any like VCR recorder thing. But then he was like, oh no, wait, in the staff room, like the room they were in first, like TV Girl turned on the TV and there was like a VCR right next to it, so we should go there. So there was one thing TV Girl was good for. That's why she turned on the TV, so that they can make that. Okay. So while Miss Hocus Pocus had to check what was in the fridge that just mysteriously opened, my man, you know what my man did? My man just stood there checking at the door, making sure it's safe. That's my man. Guess who just came back to the janitor lounge. They wanted to go to see if there were any clues to get out. The janitor! Who's dead? May I add? Dead. Killed their teacher with a sledgehammer. In the face. I just hope my man gets out alive. See the jar in Miss Hocus Pocus' hands? So back when TV Girl was killed, there were these two children, and these two children were mentioned in a paper they found in the staff room, which is the room they originally ended in after the earthquake. And the children were killed by the janitor. The children told her that they searched for something, and everyone wondered what they were searching for. Turns out, they were searching for their tongues, because the janitor cut them out. And guess what's in the jar? Whenever you are in another dimension and the fridge behind you mysteriously opens, you might want to check what's inside, because maybe, just maybe, it's the tongues of dead children who were killed by a janitor who's now after you. I bet you all remember Mr. Super Nerd. I just talked about him a lot. So I also mentioned that the hot dude, okay, so he's damn cute, has a little sister, Yuko. So now Yuko met Mr. Super Nerd, who practically went insane at that point because he had like the hugest crush on TV Girl. And he started chasing her around. It was like really not nice. And she hid in the classroom. He was trying to find her, but he did not, because guess who made a guest appearance? The janitor. And of course he brought his sledgehammer. So now little 8-year-old Yuko witnessed 2 people's deaths with sledgehammer to the face. That's an unfortunate fate. So they met each other again in the staff room just now, which is the room they originally came in. And a lot happened. They had a really funny encounter. Also, I found out that my man's name is Yoshiki, which is such a hot name, Yoshiki. So Satoshi wanted to find his younger sister, but Naomi, the short-haired girl, didn't want him to go. So she was like, no, don't go. I want to come with you. And he was like, but you're still hurt. And she was like, but still. And he was like, okay, let's go. But then Miss Hocus Pocus was like, no, you can't go. Like, let's watch the tape first, because there might be some clues how to get out of here. And then we go find Yuko together, because we are stronger together. And girl, that's smart. But honey, the approach was not good. The approach was shit, okay? So now they're gonna watch the tape. Let's see what's on the tape. Let's see what's on the content of the tape. So when they first entered the dimension, they came across a manuscript in the stuff room from a psychic person who wrote down how the ritual works and also how the reverse ritual works. But the page for the reverse ritual was missing, was torn out. So in the tape, they saw that psychic person who came there with 2 other dudes to film everything. But they came across the janitor who, with his legendary sledgehammer, bombed the head of a dude straight off his neck. So the psychic was the last one surviving, and apparently he cannot do the ritual alone by himself, so he cannot go back. I don't know if the psychic was in the staff room too, but he had the missing page with him. So as soon as the tape ended, Satoshi started searching for that piece of paper and just like magically found it like around the corner. So I don't know. Now they know how they get out of there. Yay. Guess what just happened? So Naomi lost her student handbook, which had the piece of the doll in it. And Satoshi was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna find it. And Miss Hocus Pocus found that handbook previously and put it in her pocket. She was like, guys, but then, like, she wanted to give it back. But then she saw Satoshi, how he was like all cute to Naomi, and was like, yeah, no, don't worry. I won't leave you behind. We'll find a way, blah, blah. Then she was like, oh, no, not that bitch. No, I ain't returning that. No. Because she a jealous hoe. I mean, girl, what? I don't like Naomi too, but what the fuck are you doing? Do you not want to get out of there? Also really funny that Naomi can run again suddenly, searching for your handbook everywhere. Bitch, what about that ankle? You playing games? Because like people died, you realize that, right? Just so you know what I just talked about. This was shortly after she sprained her ankle. And this was roughly 30 minutes later. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack now. So Yashiki and Miss Hocus Pocus are on the way to the music room because that's where the kids were killed. After a very unflattering fight with two 12-year-olds, the kids finally got their tongues back. But they did not ascend, so why is that? Through a spiritual vision by one of the kids, Miss Hocus Pocus realized that it was not the janitor who killed the kids. It was Sachiko. And guess who brought Yuko out of the classroom while the janitor was busy smashing a sledgehammer in the super nerd's head? It was a mysterious little girl. It was Sachiko. So now Yuko is with an evil little demon child, and Satoshi and Naomi are on their way to find Yuko, which means they will eventually run into the child who's responsible for all the misery. Also, the janitor was just a mere assistant in her crimes. And as a little bonus, it turns out that Yoshiki has a very deep crush on Miss Hocus Pocus. Who has a crush on Satoshi? Who has a crush on Naomi? And these love triangles make me feel like I'm watching a K-drama. Okay, I hate this movie. Sachiko just cut out the baby's tongue, and my man died. I hate this movie. So Naomi just found the camera of the psychic guy, right? And they had cameras set in like different parts of the school. So she rewinded the tape when she found a camera in the bathroom showing the stall where Seiko hung herself. So by rewinding the tape, she found out that she was the one who killed Seiko. Because Sachiko kind of possessed her or whatever. Remember when she said mean things to Seiko and she ran away? Yeah, right after that she killed Seiko. But Seiko isn't mad and still loves Naomi even in death, so she showed her a camera which showed Satoshi being threatened by Sachiko. So then Naomi ran to save Satoshi, right? At the same time, Hocus Pocus girl took care of Yuko, who was badly hurt. Hocus Pocus girl found a diary from supposedly Sachiko's mom, who apparently worked in the school in the infirmary. Sachiko's mom wrote in the diary even after she died, because she was forced to linger in the infirmary. So apparently Sachiko killed the children, so her mom isn't that lonely. And the mom wrote in the diary that what is left of Sachiko can be found in the basement. In the meantime, Naomi finds Satoshi, who is just about to get stabbed by Sachiko with a pair of scissors, and instead of fighting the little girl, she just throws herself in front of Satoshi like, if you want to kill him, you gotta kill me first. Sachiko's like, well, okay, I'm gonna roll with that. Some kind of magic. Just when Sachiko wants to stab them, the scissors fly off and she disappears. So what the fuck is that? Guess what we just found out? We finally figured out how the whole curse actually got into existence. Also, we now know why Sachiko was not able to stab Naomi. But you know what? I ain't gonna tell you. If you want to know, you gotta watch that movie by yourself. Or with a friend. Or with your crush. Or with your sister or your brother. Or maybe with your mom. I don't know if you should watch it with your mom. Sometimes there are just things that are just not for moms. So maybe don't watch it with your mom. Maybe with your dad though. Or with your crush. I mean, you can cuddle up to him. Or her. Or them. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, so that's it. I'm gonna watch the rest of the movie by myself, but I'm gonna give you some bloopers. So I decided to do both, so we're going to watch a movie called Corp. And Seiko is the best friend of the short herd. And for some reason, Satoshi, the hot dude, and Naomi, the blonde. So don't be mean to your friends. They might goo, yeah. So when they first entered it, and this was, okay, so that check. So Naomi just stumbled upon, the acting is not great by the far, but fuck me. So they're, why am I like that? Corpse party. The janitor?